We're back again, blade lovers, with a new Maxace on the block. It is the latest iteration of a knife called the Kestrel that's been out for a few years now. And one of the first ones I got was actually in an aluminum handle. Then I got a titanium with some Maxace G10 in it, that I'll show you in a moment. And finally, I noticed on the White Mountain website this beauty in a marbled carbon fiber, titanium, and a really neat spearhead, they call it, big spearhead blade, which has a very accentuated recurve in there with almost a secondary point right there, a la Tonto. And it's really cool when you see it in comparison to the original Kestrel. You're going to see the pronounced difference in the width of the blade here. And I just think this really pulls it off for this model. It is really a class-looking knife. Now, the thing you may or may not enjoy about it is a very pronounced flipper tab, almost like a point. For you tactical guys, you could actually use it as kind of a persuader there. And it is a long platform with some fine file-like jimping. I can flip it very easily, and I'm usually challenged with front flippers. It's a full frame in the back, would appear to be integral. It would be integral if it weren't for the fact that this is more or less just kind of the cap, the spine of the handle. I'm not sure what you call it, but it is attached here with screws, so it's not really completely an integral. They add the carbon fiber in here. We've got a frame lock with, I believe, hardened steel insert of titanium. Really cool. I mean, I'm digging it. It's a nice knife, and it's what I call a medium large size. Let's get some quick specs on it so you know what we're dealing with. 8.5 inches right to the end of the lanyard hole. And you probably saw the blade dimension, but I didn't mention it. 3 3/4 inch blade. So good sized blade, full size knife. Not a teeny thing. Got a good robust 3.8 millimeter blade stock, which is 0.51 inches. And if I go right out here to the widest part where the titanium is on the handle, we get 0.53. Still a pretty decent weight for a knife this size. And did I say a decent weight? I meant decent width. Duh. Let's try that over again. 4.01 ounces. Rounding up, 4.02 ounces. That is pretty good. We're kind of homing in on an ounce per inch. So it is a light knife for the size. Again, easily front flipped, drop shutting, and I'm really liking it. Really liking it. Again, the only thing that makes it a bit unusual is that we have that quite pronounced pointy platform for the front flipper. I have seen it on other knives, but it makes this one a bit unusual. So there is the Kestrel spear point, or large spearhead. Here is the one I had previously, and you can see the difference in the blades. You can also see the difference in the handle material, and one thing they did here was flame the titanium, which is kind of cool, as well as this kind of wild Maxace. Maxace, yeah, I guess that would be the term. G10, Maxace. It's a pattern that goes all the way through it. You've seen this before. They've been using it on a lot of knives recently. But this is just sort of a gentle reverse curve with a forward belly, kind of a spear point. And this they're calling the big spearhead, I guess, for lack of a better term. You can see how much wider it is. Then finally, this was my first one. So I keep trying until I get it right. Here was the first Kestrel, same blade. And by the way, they're all M390. And these you can get relatively inexpensively, I think, at around $125, maybe even less. Aluminum up here for this back, and then white G10 for that part. Titanium clip, titanium lock bar. See if I can give you this view. Kind of interesting. So you can see they're all the same length knife. They're all the same basic model knife. But that blade on two of them, right? And this mega blade, which I really like, on this latest model. Again, titanium clip, titanium handle, titanium back on the handle, nice jimping in here, slotted. So it really does give you that impression of an integral framed knife. Next to something like a Big Brother Maxace, like the Goliath 2 in the Bowie, it really shrinks. Not too many knives, aside from the cold steel knives, have this size and this mass. That is, again, the Goliath 2 with the Bowie blade. If we were to compare this to the Griptilian, it would look something like that. It's a good maybe 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch longer overall, with a bit longer blade than the Griptilian. And I have a feeling when I bring the Rat 1 out that we're going to see something very similar in length. And we do. Rat 1 actually slightly edges it out. Edge it out. It's a knife thing, right? Let's bring them all out again. As I say, I may be alone in this, but I do like the style. I do like the model. And certainly this blade shape, for me, over the narrower blade shape. They really did something cool with it. So the Kestrel, right, by Maxace. And the model number, let's see if I can get you a model number. Well, you know what? It will be in the comments. And we're going to try cutting something with it to make sure it's sharp. It may be. Yeah. Not bad. Not bad. And it's got that wicked secondary point there. Branding, we've got the Maxace company name. We've got Kestrel. Not sure that the steel is on there anywhere, but they are all listed as M390 blades. So, premium steel. Not sure the Rockwell on it. That's something you can investigate. I think what we've been seeing out of Maxace is they're listing the Rockwell 59 to 60. So if you don't like 59, you can guess it at 60, or you can get it Rockwell tested when you get one. For me, I like it the way it is, and I think it'll be a good serviceable knife. Not exactly your EDC sort of style blade, more really of a combat tactical kind of blade. Maybe a good slasher, certainly a good thruster with that dropped point. Long swedge on the top. Nice thick steel, 3.8 millimeters. Feels good in the hand for an artsy sort of a knife. It has a nice feel. I would say an either grip. There's your lanyard hole or slot, which is kind of an extension of the, if you want to call it a backspacer. Not really a backspacer. It looks like an insert, yeah. So that's kind of its own insert into the frame of the knife, which is interesting. Yeah, that is very interesting the way that's done. So solid carbon fiber over on this side and a partial lock bar over on this side. No flex. I mean, it's just definitely a solid piece. Cool blade. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe. I'll be back with you soon. Take care.